in support of striking UAW workers. President Biden is implementing a strong Buy American policy. We need to produce our products here and have the government buy them here. We are beginning to make some progress in rebuilding our manufacturing base. All of you know that as a result of disastrous trade policies, NAFTA, PNTR with China, we lost thousands of factories, millions of good-paying jobs. We're beginning to rebuild our manufacturing base. We have created many good jobs, union jobs, by making the largest investment in American history in rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our wastewater plants, our water systems. And for the veterans out there, and I'm a member of the Veterans Committee, we have passed the PACT Act, which will provide significantly increased benefits and health care to our veterans. What the PACT Act was about is it says that if you were in an environment from Vietnam to Afghanistan to Iraq, where you were exposed to toxins in the air and you got sick, you're going to get the health care you need and get increased benefits. It's a big deal for many thousands of our veterans. And I think the contrast is clear with what our friends in the Republican Party want. They want, and they advertise it, they want more tax breaks for billionaires. Well, I think when you have massive income and wealth inequality, the last thing you want to do is give a tax break to billionaires. And you got Republicans all over the House and the Senate who want to cut Social Security, they want to cut Medicare, and they want to cut Medicaid as well. They want to privatize the VA, we're dealing with this every day, and they want to privatize the U.S. Postal Service. They want to throw tens of millions of people off of the health care they have now by eliminating the Affordable Care Act. They want to make it harder for workers to join unions. All right, that is some of what our Republican friends in Washington stand for. All right, that is their vision. It's a vision dominated and paid for by wealthy corporate interests. It is important that we have our vision. All right, we have to struggle day to day. Unions sit down and they negotiate the best contracts they can. But we have to do even more than that. We got to think about what kind of world do we want for our kids, for our parents, for future generations. What is our vision? And I think most importantly, in the richest country in the history of the world, we need a government that works for all of us, not just the few. Right. What does that mean? It means that at a time when millions of workers want to join unions but are unable to do so because the companies they work for are putting them into captive audience meetings, are intimidating them, are threatening them, are firing union organizers at the plant. What we need to do is pass the PRO Act, which gives workers the right to form a union without intimidation from the companies. Right now, all over this country, there are workers employed at companies who are paying them starvation wages. And I am, as a U.S. Senator, I am embarrassed to tell you that the federal minimum wage remains $7.25 an hour. We have got to raise that federal minimum wage to a living wage of at least $17 an hour so that nobody in America works for starvation wages. We need trade policies that benefit workers and not just